Hey guys, Kapper here and welcome back. So today's episode, this was yesterday, May 23rd, 2020, and I tried to maybe get the excavator work done on this project property that I've been working on, which seems like forever now because of this crazy rain that just has been relentless. So I'm trying to daylight this particular ditch right here and trying to get a cut and daylight it into an existing ditch. Well, you're going to see the struggles here that I've had, but if you enjoy watching the excavator work and kind of strategizing on how to tame water runoff, then this should be a fun video. I'll make it as fun as I can anyways, but let's get into the video and see how the project went for yesterday, and definitely stay tuned for updates. Hopefully it's going to dry up and we can finish this one pretty soon. So let's have some fun. Okay, so now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try and make a crude ditch cut and empty this ditch into like kind of a main ditch in the center of the property. So I'm kind of putting a stopper dam right here to redirect it into this new ditch that I'm going to be working on. And I'll play some of these clips for you. It is super tight spacing in the woods. So like if you see me like go forward and reverse to try and turn around, that's why, because there's too many trees and I can't swing the boom around, so I have to like move the machine just to swing the boom around. So let's watch how this leg of this thing goes. So here's the pre-existing ditch right here that I'm going to be tying into, but little did I know that the ditch wasn't quite deep enough and I'm going to run out of fall here. So I'm making myself a trail so I can keep going, so I can get out of the woods after I tie it into this pre-existing ditch right here. So now this is where I tie into the existing ditch, and of course I realize that, well, my new ditch is just a little bit lower than the existing ditch, so it's not going to be a successful attempt. So I'm just going to kind of continue this ditch to take out as much volume of water as we can out of the field ditch, and then I'm going to go back out to the field and try to do some grading and finish it up, but that's just not going to work out. Alright, so now what I'm doing is I'm trying to build up the road for them. So this is their path right here where I'm adding dirt. And it's another low spot. Imagine that, one of the hundreds of low spots. So I'm pulling some dirt from across this ditch. What I'm going to do is eventually grade it all out and make it look a lot nicer, obviously. But right now I'm just going to pull quasi-dry dirt. That's all relative, mind you, over here, and I'm not even going to be able to grade it because it's just so soft, but that's what I'm doing. I need some dirt to build up the road that they have been using so that it'll stay dry pretty much year round. So that's what we're working on at the moment. Alright, so now what I'm working on is, this is the original ditch. It had like 2 feet of water in it, but I'm trying to drain the rest of it if I can in the ditch that I just made. So a couple of these spots here are I try to minimize the fall. Obviously the better you can minimize your pitch, the more ground you'll conserve over time when you're digging a ditch. So now I'm basically trying to connect all of this water to get it out of this ditch, which I don't think I'll be successful in, again, because I ran out of pitch. I can't change that. You could fill this in, but the water is just going to run a different direction. So at least we're going to try and manage it. So let's get this leg done and then see what's next. Alright, I give up, man. It's just too wet. So I got this ditch mostly drained. Problem is I ran out of fall down there at the bottom. I cut it all the way into that woods ditch and I didn't have enough pitch, so I ran out of pitch. So there's not much left I can do. So what I did was I built up that road there on the other side. It's all muck, but I'll grade that out once it dries, probably like frickin' August maybe. And this, I wanted to just grade this whole ditch, just make it a halfway decent little V. Yeah, but you can't. It's just all slop. It's like you can't get anything done in this stuff, so I'm calling it in, man. Calling it in. On account of slop.